With Fred White, I'm Dave Hooker. It is Celebrate 98, and it's brought to you by the Tennessee Cider Company, tncidercompany.com. Use the promo code HAT, get some free swag with that cider that you can order in basically every area of the United States. So check it out, tncidercompany.com. Use the promo code HAT. Joined by Fred White for a special edition of Celebrate 98, one that I've been looking forward to because, Fred, you've been pretty good at giving me some insight, but I've got I think some questions that might pull even some more out of that 98 team. But here's the key. You can't say the word Al and you can't say the word Fred, because I know a lot of these questions you might answer Al to, and then taking you out of some of them so you don't have to compare yourself if I ask who's the toughest of all on that. So your thoughts on the parameters of our exercise here?
I'm good with it. I can find somebody else to pick.
All right. Here we go. Go ahead and click that like and subscribe button. If you haven't checked out our Celebrate 98 series, we've had great players on there already. We've had Jeff Hall. We've had Jeff Coleman. We've also just had Billy Ratliff as well. I would certainly check it out. Click the like and subscribe button. Turn the notifications on so that you know when the next one's up. But we got some big players coming up as well, and looking forward to that one. The latest, though, that we had was Dwayne Goodrich, and I found that to be very insightful, and I was really happy to see that things have worked out well for Dwayne. I know that you were close to all the players, Fred, but particularly close to Dwayne.
Dwayne and Jermaine Copeland, those guys were really good friends of mine, and we're not friends, we're brothers. That's family forever type of thing. That's, so that's, yeah, I've had a close relationship with my teammates, and I'm happy about, where we are in life now, and we've had a lot of good times, and we still talk to each other, and I think that's what it takes to be able to win championships, in my opinion. If you don't have those type of things, you don't have those type of relationships, I don't know how you win a championship. So
it's fair. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Are you ready for the tough questions?
I'm ready for all the tough questions.
Okay, here we go. Most competitive player on the 98 team offense. And you wouldn't say the word Al or Fred because you guys both play defense, but you know where I'm getting here. We'll start on offense. Most competitive player
on that team.
On that team. And I'm going to limit you. Let's limit you to starters, so you can't take a freshman who maybe blossomed later.
I understand. I'm going with Peerless Price.
That's pretty good.
Peerless came to work every day. I mean, he would grind it out, give you everything he had every day. He wanted to win every one-on-one drill. He wanted to win every Tennessee drill. He wanted to win every race, whatever it was. Peerless wanted to win. So I want to give Peerless the title for being the toughest, most competitive guy. Okay. Peerless also played intramural basketball. He was really good at that too.
I can't believe they let you all do that. I mean, it was mean to the current students, poor students at UT who went over there, and their moms didn't know that they were playing with potential NFL players, and you guys were yamming on them, and it was totally – I can't believe the coaches let you do it. But, yeah, I bet Peerless Price was one of the best ones. Jermaine Kent was very good at that league.
Yeah.
Just gave it a was. Okay, so the first to go in the Celebrate 98 Hall of Fame is Peerless Price as most competitive player on the 98 team. Congratulations, Peerless. Yes, we even have applause for you. Defensively, remember the rules. You can't say the words Al or Fred. The most competitive player on the 98 team on defense was?
The most competitive? Okay. I'm going to hold out for one of these guys because I figure – at some point, you're going to ask about who's the toughest.
I am.
I'm going to say the most competitive guy who is not Al or Fred. I'm going to go most competitive.
By the way, Fred is the type of guy. I think this pains Fred because if I told him that, hey, Fred, you have to fight the Hulk today, I think Fred would like his chances.
I would.
That's
told me. I'm not gonna back down. I promise you that.
No.
I'm gonna say Billy Ratliff because I have another answer for a few other ones. I don't want to shortchange any of my guys. Most competitive, Billy wanted to win at everything, even video games. And even though he was injured, he wanted to win. I'll go with that. I'll go with Billy Ratliff.
So he would have beat me as badly at Madden as you did.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
Congratulations.
You know what? I got to take that back.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, Billy Ratliff. Please forgive me. That was Dwayne Goodrich. He wanted to beat you to every open ball. If it was a fumble on the ground and you were going towards it, he didn't care if he was on his team. He would knock you out the way to get that ball. I promise you he would.
Well,
he wanted the ball. He wanted that. And he was very competitive. Him and Peerless was watching them go against each other in one-on-one drills was very exciting. I mean, it was watching two NFL guys go against each other.
Did we just put Billy Ratliff in the Hall of Fame and then pulled him out?
Yeah, we pulled him out. Yeah, we pulled him out. I'm going to Dwayne Goodrich.
Congratulations to Dwayne. He is in Celebrate 98 Hall of Fame. All right. Toughest player on offense. I think I know where you'll go here.
Toughest player on offense?
Mm-hmm.
I would say Jamal Lewis, but he got injured that year.
Right.
I am going with Travis Henry.
Ooh. Yeah, tough runner. I thought you might go with Spencer Riley, though.
Spencer Riley's a tough guy. I'm going to go with Travis Henry.
Congratulations.
Because he got better as the game went along. And when you talk about the hard to tackle the fourth quarter, yeah, we saw it. We saw it every week.
You know, if you didn't believe in the term pound the rock, you did after watch Travis Henry play.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, absolutely. So Travis Henry, congratulations. You're in the Celebrate 98 Hall of Fame. In 30 seconds, we're going to talk about the toughest player on defense. First, I'll remind you, this is brought to you by Tennessee Cider Company, tncidercompany.com. Use the promo code HAT. Get some free swag from Tennessee Cider Company just by purchasing their fantastic beverages that can be delivered just about anywhere in the United States of America. How about 30 seconds, then the toughest 98 player on defense? That's not Fred or Al.
These mountains hold and defend a spirit far better than moonshine. A drink that holds flavor that becomes necessity. A hard cider made and relished by folk who are as hearty as they are legend. A refreshment that can only be found in one place. With a taste that makes you say, give me 3 bottles of the good stuff. Tennessee Cider Company, where necessity can be found.
Okay, so I could see Fred during the break. I've got a little screen, and he's scratching his beard, which I know is Fred speak for he's thinking. Weren't you? You were thinking, weren't you, Fred? Admit it. You were, of who's the toughest guy on defense that wasn't named Al or Fred?
Raynoch Thompson.
That's the first one I've gotten right.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm going to a dark alley and I'm getting ready to fight somebody, I'm taking him with me. I watched this guy have double hernia surgery. We had an off week before we played Alabama. I'll never forget they weren't going to give him his helmet. And this didn't happen the 98 year. This was the year after. They weren't giving him his helmet. And they had told us that he wasn't going to play, but told him, well, there's a chance you might play. And the first play of the game on defense, Anthony Sessions comes out on the football field. And Raynoch is coming on, trying to come on the field. He goes to Chicken Hawk. That's the guy he's one of, we call him Chicken Hawk.
I remember Chicken Hawk.
He's, he went to Chicken Hawk to say, hey, man, where's my helmet? Not in such nice a form as I just said, but Chicken Hawk.
Can you explain who Chicken Hawk is for those that don't know?
He's one of the equipment managers.
Right. Okay.
Right? So he's not giving Raynoch his helmet. He wasn't going to give it to him. And Raynoch told him, if you don't get my helmet, I'm going to kill you.
So he got
that helmet, and he gave it to Raynoch, thinking the coaches would stop him. The very next play, Raynoch is on the football field in the huddle. And we're looking at each other like, we didn't think Ray was going to play. He went out and had about 12 or 13 tackles and 2 sacks in the game. And in the huddle, he would be on one knee. As soon as you call the play, he would stand up holding his stomach and go to wherever he needed to go and would give you everything he had. I watched something I probably will never see again. He's the toughest guy I ever played with.
Man, I don't want to sound grotesque, but that's almost like he's holding his insides in.
That's what it seemed like to me. But he was, when I say he balled out in that game, oh my goodness. Yes, that's the toughest guy on defense.
I remember a high school.
Anybody got a problem with that? I'm seconding it, firsting it, I'm seconding it, thirding it, everything. Yeah, I know somebody else will feel the same way I do.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Welcome, Raynoch Thompson. I remember a coach saying to me one time about Raynoch, you shouldn't be that light and hit that hard. It's like he's angry at everybody.
He was about 215 at the most, maybe 218. But he would knock your socks off I'm telling you, man.
Thanks for going to socks. All right. More people that are going to get in the Celebrate 98 Hall of Fame. Now, this one's a little bit tougher because I'm combining offense and defense. You can't say the word Fred or Al, so there's no Fred White, no Al Wilson. The hardest 3 workers on the 98 team.
Wow.
You can overlap if you need to. One of the things while you're thinking about that I do want to mention is Tennessee Cider Company, tncidercompany.com, brings you Celebrate 98. Several videos up with former players. Now, be sure and check out tncidercompany.com. Use the promo code HAT, and that will get you some free swag for ordering some fantastic cider. What could beat that in the heart of East Tennessee? Tennessee Cider Company, tncidercompany.com. So I want to add this. You have pointed out that it was Peyton Manning a little bit who at least started some of the summer workouts that led into the toughness of the 98 team. So maybe it's some players that carry some of that over. I know Al was a big part of that, but who were the 3 hardest workers on the team if you couldn't pick him?
I'm going with T. Martin first.
Ooh, nice.
Without a doubt, T. Martin. I watched how hard he had to work to prove that he was a quarterback. We went to green jerseys for quarterbacks when Peyton was in college. That means you can't touch the quarterback. Anyone who had on the green jersey, you can touch him. And that year, he became the quarterback. Those green jerseys were lifted in spring, and we got a chance to actually hit T. And you talk about tough. You talk about a guy who jumped up and worked hard all spring, all summer, and all season long. Yeah, I'm going with T. Martin as the guy who worked hard. I mean, he got it done. He worked his butt off.
All right. So who else ranks up there? And I know it's hard because it was such a hard-working group from top.
It was. I'm going to go with Cedric Wilson. Everybody on defense worked hard, but it was watching that Cedric Wilson go out there and get it too. Like, he worked hard to get. You look at the film when he blocked somebody, he blocked hard. When he ran routes, he ran routes very hard. Like, he worked his butt off. I got to give him that. And
along those lines, how much better was he after having a couple of years in the program? Because his work ethic, other people had told me that he was one of the hardest workers. He was physically gifted. I don't want to say he wasn't, but he also turned himself into a very good football player.
Yeah, he was relentless. I mean, competitive. Yeah, he was just as competitive as Dwayne and Peerless and those guys. He was just as tough and those type of things as well. Cedric, kind of small, but would give you every ounce of what he had on every play. So, yeah, work hard. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to stay on the offensive side of the ball probably. My defensive guys might be mad at me about this, but we all worked hard. I mean, I can't put one over the other. It's the one that was an ultimate hard worker that I can't say. So I'm going to go with Sean Bryson.
Here's a guy. Congratulations, Sean Bryson. You're in the Celebrate 98 Hall of Fame. Here's a guy that could have played tailback at a whole bunch of places.
Yeah.
And agreed to slide to fullback. Very selfless player, one of the most athletically gifted fullbacks now that they don't use a fullback that you'll probably ever see in the history of football.
Sean ran a 4.29.
It's insane.
Yeah, man. He was fast. He was tough. He was strong, and he gave you everything he had. And he came to school to be a running back. And then all of a sudden, 2 years later, you signed 5 of the top 25 running backs in the country. I mean, go figure. And he didn't leave and want to transfer. He just said, you know what? They have a spot for me on this football field, and I'm going to make sure I do my best every play to make it work. And he went and moved to fullback. You took a guy who was a good running back and moved him to fullback. Ended up getting drafted and playing several years in the NFL as a running back.
Yep. No doubt about it. So we got Sean Bryson, T. Martin. Who else did we put in?
Cedric Wilson.
Cedric Wilson. All right. So kudos to those guys. They are in the Celebrate 98 Hall of Fame. All right. This last one, I don't know if you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame for or not, but I figured I'd ask you. So let's say Fred White's having a somewhat melancholy day. He needs to call somebody to pick him up because they're funny and they make him laugh. I didn't play on the team or I would be the answer. But if you had to pick somebody, Fred, that this is the funniest player, prominent player on the Celebrate 98 team, not named Al, which I don't think's a problem.
Yeah.
No, he's a lot of things, but he's not funny. Fred can be funny, but funniest player on that team was whom?
Listen, that title is, man, there's a lot of guys that you can go with. But I want to go I'm going to go with D'Angelo Lloyd.
D'Angelo Lloyd. Congratulations. There is a name that I haven't heard in a while. Why was D'Angelo Lloyd the funniest player?
Man, he was hilarious, dude. I remember we played against Arkansas the next year. We're going to Arkansas, and we're on the bus. And then we go past this llama farm.
Llama.
He's like, man, they got some messed up cows over here out in Arkansas. Hey, D'Angelo, those are llamas. It was hilarious. But he was that guy who always had jokes. He was talking about something funny all the time. He just lightened the room when he walked into it. He was a guy that you knew was going to have a good joke for you every chance he got.
Pretty good. That's a pretty good. I would have been proud of that joke, the llama joke. We had llamas that grew up close to my house when I was a kid. I wish I would have thought of that joke back then. Speaking of, Fred, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Celebrate
98.
That's right. Celebrate 98. The series rolls on. Check it out. Already a bunch of former players on our YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe and like button. Turn your notifications on. It's a fun Hall of Fame edition of Celebrate 98. We'll visit with all kinds of players, including a guy that you can call him Al, referencing the old Paul Simon song. Was it Paul or Peter Simon? Anyway, so more with Fred as well. Celebrate 98. We appreciate you, Tennessee Cider Company, tncidercompany.com. Use the promo code HAT for the free swag. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and turn those notifications on so you know when the next episode drops. For Fred, which I'm allowed to say he's not, I'm Dave, a presentation of Off the Hook Sports.